Hey folks, Dr. Starr, Silver Spring Medical Center. This is video number 3 of a 3-part video series on losing weight. Last question at the end of the video, of video number 2. And by the way, hopefully you've seen video number 1 and number 2. If not, you can certainly go back and watch them and lead your way up. Question that I get many times, patients say, well, wait a minute, if I'm eating better, I'm eating higher nutrients, I'm eating higher dense, foods that are packed with good stuff, good water, good fiber, etc., like fruits and vegetables. If I eat too much fruit, won't I get fat? And the answer is absolutely not. Nature is designed in such a way for you to eat foods until you're full, and that's it. You will not get fat eating fruit. Plain and simple, okay? It's a myth. Show me anybody who eats really, really well, a lot of fruits and vegetables, and you're not going to see somebody who's overweight. Now, part number 3 is talking about the confusion that the average person has. And you have to understand, going on what the average person is, the average American, 60 to 70% of the Americans are overweight. 30 to 35% are obese, really overweight, okay? Now, it's obvious that they don't know what they're supposed to be doing because they wouldn't walk around with this problem. So people are constantly being confused. You hear different information from different sources, many times seemingly very reliable. They said it in the newspaper, they say it online. The doctor told me, the nurse told me, my friend, my cousin who's a nutritionist. They must know the answers, but the truth is many times they don't. And it's not their fault, they're just not properly educated. They haven't been exposed to truly what is good for your body and what's bad for your body. So it's extremely important to, as we said earlier in the videos, you need to know what your basal metabolic rate is. You need to know what your body burns. You have to have an appreciation for how many calories does it take to run your body. Okay, I'm a bigger guy. I run a little bit more on the calories than you may. But the point is that I know. And then secondarily, it's very important to track what you eat. You have to know how many calories you put into your body. If you don't know, how are you going to know if you overeat or you undereat? But if you're eating the right foods and you're eating less of the high, dense, fatty, high-calorie foods, and you're eating things that are lower in fat, but they're higher in carbohydrates, they're higher in water, higher in vitamins and nutrients and minerals, you're going to be, in the end, you're not only going to lose weight, but you're going to be able to sustain it long term. Remember, video number 1, we talked about keeping your blood sugar very, very constant. You can do that with fruits and vegetables and grains. It's very hard to do that when you're having foods that are super high in fat and that cause these ups and downs. That's not the way to stay consistent. It also makes it a lot harder to keep onto your calorie track. All right, those things are really important. You have to make sure that you're getting good quality, not only looking at just the fat and the sugar, but also the proteins too. So you have to understand what your body is taking in. And there are many, many apps. There's a lot of advice that we have on our blog and our Facebook and certainly the website that help you, guide you in that direction. There's many, many tricks and tools nowadays that you have that will allow you to make it a very, very easy process. The most important thing, and this is the tip for the day, is realizing that if you're having a high-fat diet, the fat that you eat is the fat that you're going to wear around your body. It's as plain as simple as that. Don't let anybody tell you, oh, fat doesn't make you fat. Well, why do they call it fat? Fat is fat. If you eat a lot of it, you become it. That's what it is. That's the secret. People don't realize it, and if they do, they want to kind of ignore that and cover it in a lot of junk science. It's not. The science is there, folks. If you consume a lot of fat, your body's going to store a lot of fat. That's how it works. So in addition to the calories, you have to understand that at the beginning of losing weight, you want to make sure you keep a good keen eye on the calorie count. But you have to understand that not all calories are created equal. I can show you 1,000 calories in fruit, and I can show you 1,000 calories in Big Macs. And they're not the same. So hold on a minute. They're both 1,000 calories, but one makes you fat and the other one doesn't. Well, how does that work? The difference is in the fat, the quality of the food. You see, let me just break for just a second and illustrate how that makes sense. If it was only according to calories, the person who eats the most calories would gain the most weight, right? Wrong. If you go out to East Asia, you see what their diet consists a lot of grains, especially rice, and certainly fruits and vegetables with a little bit of meat and fish. But their diet is very high in sugar, but it's also very low in fat. And if you ask a person, if you actually study, look at the research, the average Asian eats a lot more calories than the average American. Wait a minute, that doesn't make any sense. How can they eat more calories but be thinner than the average American who's really not that thin? The average Asian eats between 2,400 and 2,600 calories per day. The average American is only about 2,200 to 2,400 calories, under what the Asian population eats. You see, but the difference comes down to the fat quantity. They're eating foods that are super high in carbohydrates, very low in proteins and fats. In America, we eat just the opposite. We'll eat very high in fats and proteins, but very low in carbohydrates. And the fat of the month, the book that's selling, is telling you that sugar makes you fat. That's not true, folks. It's just not true. So you want to make sure that you're getting a high quality of the food that you're eating. The highest in vitamins, fruit. You take vitamins from the local pharmacy and this, that. You want to get the food that is richest in vitamins. Fruit is number one in vitamins. What's the food that's highest in minerals? Highest, vegetables. What are the two foods that are highest in water content? Fruits and vegetables. All right, so you have to eat more of that. That's where you want to go. You want to drift in that direction. Have that to start outweigh some of the higher fatty, higher protein foods that you're eating. We don't say stop eating those things, but you just need to start making better choices. And it allows you to sustain yourself. It allows you to be completely full and satiated. That's what's going to get you there. That's going to let you for the long haul. That's extremely important. Now here's what you can do, folks. This is something that's going to be extremely valuable for you, okay? If you listen to the videos 1, 2, and 3, it makes a lot of sense to you. There's a lot of valuable information we've given to you. Take it to the next logical step, all right? Down below in the description, there's going to be some information, a link, a button for you to click on. Set up a free consultation. It doesn't cost you anything. Come into our office, have our specialists and our doctors talk to you, work out all the individual details for you that's customized for you, get on track. We're going to help you lose the weight. More importantly, we're going to help you keep the weight off. Do it in a safe, sensible, medically supervised approach, and you're going to really thank yourself that you did this. Okay? Have a wonderful day. Thank you very much for watching. Pass it on to some friends. All the best.